Hey guys, Kane here, and in this video we're going to go over the Honor War and the tips of which you can use to rank first. Now, as always, this event is the same as a City Clash event. You have to mainly destroy people to actually attain honor. However, unlike the City Clash, this is calculated differently. So in City Clash, you destroy wall HP. In this one, in the honor event, you gather honor to rank higher. And majority of the honor comes from destroying people, towers, and etc. Some can come from questing as well. Majority of it, you can just call it a PvP ranking. So to get something like this, you have to be either very active at the events or you have to participate in the very beginning and be very quick about it. Now, what I mean by very quick about it is at the beginning of the event, there are a lot of cities, cities with towers, cities with players, and etc. And about an hour after the event begins, the map pretty much looks like this, with almost no city being captured. That is because most, if not all, the people are pretty much destroyed just for the points in the event. So you have to keep that in mind. You need to show up at the very beginning to get majority of your score. Now I've shown up and I have been active for about 30 or 35 minutes and I've scored about 5 million points of honor at the very beginning, again in the first 30 minutes. So if I would have come up and I would have scored 5 million and then I did almost nothing, in my server I would have already ranked top 3. So again, do keep that in mind. Now, the second thing, or rather one of the main things which you will require for this event are the roles and the titles. So the first one comes from being either the king in a kingdom, which grants you, I believe it's this one, yeah, honor 50%, or you will have to be the first sword, which gives you honor 50% as well. You'll have to get one of the two, and then the other one is honor 30%, which comes from the warlord. Now, if you do get this, or essentially you are one of the top players and you get 50% from the emperor, you pretty much should easily secure this event all by yourself without too much issue. That is because you will get double the amount of honor. Not a lot of people are able to get it, but essentially it increases your chances of winning the event tremendously. So that aside, you will of course require that, but not very required depending what kind of server you play. Of course, it's useful, but in most cases it would just reduce the amount of time that you may require to spend to actually get the ranking. So useful, but I don't think it's insanely required depending what server you're at. So one of the main things which you can farm the honor is with your friends. So in majority of the times you will have people in, let's say, the world chat, or people in PMs just asking for you to exchange walls and all that kind of stuff. Like this guy, for example, asked me to exchange walls, but I'm not exchanging the walls usually with people. The other thing is asking other players to drop the towers for you. So essentially, most people drop towers for another person, then the other person does the same, and you trade stuff like that. So that is also one thing. If another kingdom is your friend, you can ask them to give them their own walls for you to actually win the event, and then they can repair their walls in a matter of 12 hours. So essentially, they could help you out, I think, 3 or 4 times with a lot of honor. The other thing is them suiciding army, and majority of the army will be in the lich race, because if you train the liches and then you suicide the liches, most of the lich army will essentially die. So in that sense, they give a lot more honor if the army is actually dying. However, I do think they have patched out this thing, so the honor that you receive from the Lich army is almost non-existent anymore. It gives some, but I don't think it gives an insane amount. So that is another way to win, and currently, like, the core of this event or these events are pretty much just the alts. And what I mean by alts, so there are two ways of which you can acquire the honor. One is if you get one or two or three more characters in the same realm, uh, preferably on PC with like an emulator. You capture different cities and you drop the towers, and then your main account, which let's say would be my own account, you destroy the towers as you deploy, then you capture another city, and you repeat until you get very high in the event. So that is one thing. The second thing is having even more alts, high level alts from people who quit the game, and then farming them every 12 hours at the reset, which is a lot faster and a lot better, but you were required to have like friggin' more than 20 accounts or so to actually make it matter. And that would require a lot of social skills, which I don't think a lot of people would have. So, in a sense, to give you an example, if rank 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 would quit, I would have like 5 or 6 accounts, and I would log them on and just keep farming them every 12 hours as I could repair their walls. So basically, it would just go like that if they would quit the game. But majority of the people, myself included, use just like a second account, just capture the empty cities because they are empty, nobody's actually sitting in them, and you just farm the honor score yourself. If you don't do that, there are other people who do that themselves, and essentially you may just lose the ranking like that. A lot of people know that kind of stuff, and a lot of people do it. So majority of the people who don't have a time don't even participate in the events at all. They just do the dailies for this, and that's pretty much it. So it's a little bit different. There are a lot more buffs than there are things which you can use, and essentially it works similar like City Clash. However, there are a lot more buffs which can assist you, which makes it a video on its own. Anyways, that's pretty much it for the video. Also, I forgot to mention that to destroy the cities or the towers, etc., I changed my race to dwarf, and I use the dead eyes, as you can see on this front page, and I use all hero, or rather I use all army attack runes, so my dead eyes would have like 6 million attack. And 6 million attack on a tier 16 Dead Eyes is quite a lot. Basically, in 25 seconds or less, 7 squads of Dead Eyes just decimate a 20 million HP wall and the army in front of it. So do keep that in mind if you're on a similar server like mine with like similar core power and etc., similar castle level. You should try out dwarves as dead eyes to actually destroy the walls, and you will reduce the time with which you destroy the tower. Because when I was trying with the Rakans, a lot of people either destroyed my second account or they destroyed the tower a lot quicker than I managed to kill them with my Rakan. So do keep that in mind. Anyways, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, guys, and stay safe out there.